Hey, what's up? This is Cory Wong. I'm here to talk about the signature Fender Cory Wong Stratocaster. Honestly, this is a dream come true to have a signature Stratocaster. I can't tell you how amazing it is to be able to design and develop an instrument with the company. This is so much fun. I've been playing a Strat since I was a kid. I'm a Strat guy, you know? My first real guitar that I had was a Mexican-made Fender Strat. The guitar that I've had since I was a teenager was a Highway 1 Strat. It was just like the American Strat that I could afford at the time. Similar looking one, and a lot of people have asked, oh, is this basically just like the Highway 1? Honestly, not at all, other than it's got the nitro finish, 22 fret rosewood fingerboard. Honestly, I think the Pearloid pickguard, I think I put on after, don't even remember whether that came original or not. I'm pretty sure I put it on. But if you're trying to compare it to other models of Strats, it's maybe most similar to the American Ultra, but honestly, a handful of upgrades and different things that we changed about it. So the neck is actually very similar to the American Ultra neck. Very modern, very fast, playable neck, really fun. It only comes with the rosewood fingerboard, 22 frets, because that's what I want out of a guitar. It's got a really great punch and a nice soft, warm, round low end to the notes. The pickups in it I developed with Seymour Duncan. These are called the Clean Machine pickups. I'll give you an example of how they sound. I'll play it. Really great range in there. So these were kind of based off of the Antiquity Surf pickups. That's what I was using for a long time. But what I found is I loved the Antiquity Surfs when I was in the clean tone. But when I started to put on the overdrive, it had a little bit of a fuzzy thing to the top end. And I wanted to see if we could take some of that fuzziness out of the top end and make it a little more of a universal sounding overdriven pickup. Got there, everything was great. I still had one gripe. The gripe that I've always had with Strat bridge pickups is that they always felt so thin compared to the other ones. It always felt like there was such a drastic difference. Fender did kind of solve that at one point by putting a humbucker in the bridge and making it a thicker tone to kind of match the others. I just don't like the look of humbuckers in the bridge. I like the look of all single coils. So what do? Stacked humbucker. Dirty little secret, not a secret at all because it's published in the information about this guitar and pickups. But it's a wonderful thing to have because it still feels and responds like a single coil and looks like one, obviously, but it's just got a little more thickness to it. It's got a little bit more body, so that way when I'm really kicking it on, you'll see there's a wide range in there, and even though it's the bridge pickup, it's still got a little more beef to it, which I thought was really important for this guitar. It's what I wanted. One of the other pickup things that's really fun with this, the 4th position panic button. One of a kind, the only guitar like this in existence. No matter what I'm at here, if I press this panic button, it's a push-push knob, it goes right into 4th position. Really fun feature, just something I thought was kind of cool, made it a little bit more signature for what I do. Honestly, sometimes when I'm playing, I like hit the pickup selector with my hand. So this solves it for me. It's great. High-end locking tuners, amazing. I can't believe it took so many years for them to figure out this kind of tuning peg. It just stays in tune better. It's easier to string and restring. It's great. You'll see this is the one that I use on the road. And actually, what's fun about this, the cats at Sweetwater can attest to you. I brought one of my other Strats here. This is 2 years ago. I was doing something here. I was like, oh, you have a Wong signature Strat on the wall. It's like, oh yeah, I want to play it. Anytime I see one of these, I do my own quality control. I want to just check and make sure they're still dope. I went up. You know, sometimes you find that guitar that's like the right part of the tree, just like cut from the right part of the tree. This is the one. I actually bought my own guitar from Sweetwater because this one was just like amazing. My other one's great, but this was just the right part of the tree. They all come with 4 springs. Okay, that's 4th position, 4 strings, Alnico 4 pickups. Does 4 really mean much to me? I don't know, not really, but it's just kind of the theme of this guitar. I like to have 4 springs because it makes the trem bar stick a little more, acts a little bit more like a hardtail. A lot of rhythm players like Nile Rodgers and several others use a hardtail Strat or something that is a little more jammed up to the board. I like that sort of thing. One thing that you might notice, or maybe not because most people don't, is that the body is actually like 2% smaller than your average Strat. Do I sound crazy? Yes. Did Fender think I was crazy? Yes, until they got the same email from Nile Rodgers and myself, before Nile and I ever actually even met. I've played like every S-style guitar there is, and I noticed that the ones that were a little bit smaller had a little bit of a different snap to the transient, like the initial attack of the notes. I feel like this is a thing. So when it came time to prototype this guitar, I said, okay, give me one, but can you also make me one? I think I want one where the body is 2 to 3% smaller. Just whoever is sanding the guitar, just have them do it for 15 minutes longer than they normally do. They're like, you're nuts, no, blah, 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 it's more than that, it's a lot. I was like, please just like entertain this for me. The next day, they got an email from Nile Rodgers. They were in the process of remaking the Hitmaker, like his classic guitar that he played on hundreds of hit songs. And they're like, we know the exact serial number of your guitar. We made an exact replica. We sent it to you, blah, 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 blah. It's the exact specs. The second he put his hands on the guitar, he's like, this guitar's too big. This is bigger than mine. They're like, no, it's the exact specs. He's like, I've been playing my guitar for decades. My guitar is smaller by a little bit. I don't know. It's just like the attack doesn't feel the same on this size body. I didn't know that this conversation happened. I don't know if it was a sort of situation where like Doris was sanding the instrument, took a smoke break, came back and forgot that some of it was already being sanded his down for longer. But for whatever reason, his guitar body is a little bit smaller. And then Fender's like, okay, these 2 rhythm cats are independently telling us they want a little bit of a smaller body. Maybe there's something to it. So the body's a little bit smaller. Other thing, for years, people have been debating what gets more sustain out of an instrument, and they were even making things that would attach to a headstock to give it a little more weight that objectively would give it more sustain. So what I wanted to do, add a tiny bit of wood to the headstock. So the headstock is actually like 2% bigger, 3% bigger than just your standard Strat headstock. Tiny bit lopsided in the fact that I wanted this a little bit smaller, this a little bit bigger. But I feel like those changes honestly make this a very unique and universal feeling Stratocaster. This is just the color that my Highway 1 was, that I've had since I was a teenager. I really love this color. This blue just feels great. It's an amazing guitar. I've actually had several people, unsolicited, say to me, I think this is the best Strat that Fender is making right now. I've had several friends say it. I'm a little bit biased, okay? Check one out yourself, and I think you'll agree. We'll see you next time. Peace.